Right, are we live? Okay. Hey guys, I'm Mattmatt, and this is Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Arguably one of the greatest PlayStation games of all time. Apart from The Last of Us, probably. Um, so I will let you know when the timer starts. Usually we would use the continuous speedrun mode for legitimacy of the runs because there was things about the runs being segmented or whatever, so we use the timer, but just for the sake of the marathon I won't have a timer on the screen, so I'm just going to do it normal. If I get a PB with this run, it's invalid anyway now. I'll let you know when the timer starts. This run would either be, well, is either going to be really good or a shit show. So for this run I'm going to be using the wetsuit Elena skin. I was going to use cameraman Jeff, but I don't have it unlocked, unfortunately. So I'll give you a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. So basically the start of the game is, this is actually where chapter 15 would take place, but we start like in the middle of the story. This first part here is just climbing this. It's not very interesting. Probably the most annoying part when you have to reset this game. I'm gonna try to do a few tricks here. So right there, I climbed onto this platform, and then I jumped straight away. That's like some frame perfect jumps. And right there, I can actually jump from that straight onto the pipe, but I didn't get it, unfortunately. So when I get to the top of this thing, we're going to be doing the first kind of trick of the run. This run is pretty broken, as you'll come to learn. It isn't as broken as the PS3 version, but this version is actually faster. Just due to the fact that some of the skips are allowed to be done because the game doesn't crash on PS4, whereas it would do on PS3. Right, so right here, I'm going to attempt to climb on top of the train to skip a cutscene. So I need to roll into this corner, and I hope that when I climb up, I get boosted up in the air, like that, and then I can climb. Now I need to jump. Where am I? Okay, I made it. So the camera tries to lock to the back of the train, so I have to use the inspect view to kind of see where I'm going. Kind of stuck there a bit. That's fine. I was going to use Donut Drake, but unfortunately I need to be able to see what I'm doing with my character for some setups for some stuff, so I chose not to use it. So sometimes you'll see me blind firing a lot. I don't usually do that apart from this level, because in this level you're made to walk slow, but when you blind fire it makes you walk as if you're going normal speed. But most of the time in this run you'll either see me jumping, or when I'm in combat you'll see me running. If I have combat speed, I'll be running. This first level's pretty straightforward. There's a few tricks in there that we can do. That's a good point. She does say Nathan's lines in in-game cutscenes. It looks pretty funny. So here I need to kind of do a quite precise jump. I need to angle myself right so that I can jump to the edge of this pole. If I jump too far though, I'll just die. So I'm going to do a little skip here, where if I stand on an elevated part of this collision, I can actually climb on top of the train like this. And that allows me to skip a small in-game cutscene. And there's chapter 1 done.
Sure you know where you're going?
So now we're in chapter 2. Breaking and entering. This chapter has got some pretty cool tricks as well. Hopefully I won't mess them up. Oh, okay, that's not good. Great climbing mechanics. Can you climb, please? So yeah, that part is really awkward when you're trying to like control where you're moving here. Like I was holding like down left on my analog stick to climb down, and she just jumped backwards. That's fine. It's whatever. Only minor time loss.
Oh wait, this can't be right. We must have made a wrong turn somewhere.
So we need to just mash D-pad up here to start this
now what do
scene.
you bet that will take us right into the boiler room, and from there, we're in. Yeah, in like Flynn, right? What? In like Flynn. I don't get it. Just give me a boost.
Just waiting around.
Here it comes. Thanks. Almost there. You ready? Here we go. We're good.
So coming up soon, I'm gonna try to do a little. I'm gonna be doing 2 little tricks. But one of them is kind of weird, and I still don't understand why it works. So if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. But I'm gonna be trying to skip an in-game cutscene, which saves like 10 seconds. And it's very weird, and I don't understand why it works. But if I don't get it, it's fine.
All right. This is the way to the courtyard. Well, we're not going this way. Not if you want to keep your skin. All right. There's got to be a shut-off valve around here somewhere. See if you can find it.
So one trick I'm going to be using throughout this run is I'm going to be either pressing aim or pressing up on the D-pad to cancel my roll animation. Right here, I'm going to try to do an awkward jump. I didn't get it. I need to be able to turn my direction as I jump, so I can jump and grab this railing here. So now I'm going to try to skip this cutscene. Okay, I got it. Nice. So if you roll there and get into cover really quickly, you can actually skip the cutscene. If I hadn't have got it when I got out of cover, she would have gone straight back to the cutscene. And then I quickly go into photo mode.
There's an alarm.
So I can move my camera, because when you skip that cutscene, you can't move your camera. So I exit photo mode quickly to regain it. So I'm going to do another little trick here. You can actually use AI to roll through some doors in this game. So I'm going to be using Flynn here to... Okay, never mind. Now I've got to do the old strat, which is awkward. Okay, saved. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to roll in a specific direction to set up the roll, and that would have allowed me to roll through the door and take cover on the other side, but I set it up wrong and he moved out of the way. That what I just did to be able to roll through that door while moving him into position is actually really hard, so I'm kind of glad that I actually got that, because we used to have to do it that way, but then I found a pretty cool setup for it. We skip a lot of levels. So right here, I'm going to be... If you see me jumping after I vault... I forgot to mention that. Because a lot of stuff going on in this run. There's so much minor detail. If you see me jumping after I vault over an object... Basically, if you press aim or up on the D-pad to go into inspect mode after you vault... it gives you an invisible platform under you for like a frame that you can jump off of. And I also used that in the last area before this to skip the cover tutorial. There's so much little stuff going on, it's hard to keep track. Can you climb? Thank you. So in this next area, it's kind of random sometimes. I need to avoid guards noticing me before I can climb through a window. And sometimes they notice me whether they want to or not.
1, 2, 3. All right, go. You got it. Yeah. Hurry. Okay. Go. Hurry up. Easy.
I'm not sure. I'm looking back at the stream right now, and the quality from my video looks bad. I'm not sure if that's like my end or not. But anyway, yeah. So I need to jump and take specific lines here, so the guards don't notice me. If they notice me, there's nothing I can do really. Okay, I think we might be good. Yeah, we're good. Nice.
All right, let's take these guys out.
Right, so I'm gonna take out 2 of these guys, and then I'm going to do a little trick here where I can skip pushing this by climbing on the edge there. And if I climb on the edge and angle myself correctly, I can actually just climb up without pushing it. Also, if you climb up and leave the last guy alive before you shoot him, if you shoot him once you've climbed up, it will make Flynn get to the rope faster. But sometimes it doesn't work. So right here, if you climb up here and then jump backwards, you can actually skip going around. Saves a few seconds. And now here I'm going to be doing another little skip where I'm going to be clipping through this wall by aiming in cover, and that allows me to skip going around, and it skips a little cutscene like that. Yeah, I only pointed it out because I'm pretty sure I'm streaming a decent bitrate at good quality, and that's the only reason I pointed it out. So I wasn't sure if it was on my end or not. It seems to be okay now though. So yeah, as you can see, Flynn teleported and he grabbed me because we skipped the cutscene that would bring him here. So now we're going to wait for Flynn to pull out the rope. As soon as he starts to pull it out, I'm going to checkpoint restart. And that makes it so that the rope is ready for me to swing on. Saves a second or so. In before I PB with this run, it's invalid because I don't have the speedrun timer on the screen. The speedrun timer isn't used for anything because it's really inaccurate. We use RTA to time these runs, but the only reason we have the speedrunner on the screen as a rule is because there was a thing about someone else segmenting their runs. So we put the rule in place to try to stop that. So that's why it needs to be there. So if I do PB with this run, it's invalid because I don't have it on. But I didn't want to, you know, you guys have got the timer running, not me, so I didn't really want to have a timer on the screen. So this part, that was just a bit of movement. So yeah, like I said, if you see me jumping and then quickly pressing aim or whatever, it's hard to tell. But like if I jump and quickly press aim, it will cancel the roll. So I'll show you. If I jump off here, I should do a roll like that, which you can't actually stop. But if I just tap aim, I can then cancel the roll and just carry on jumping.
Okay, we're clear. Ladies first. Cute.
Ladies first, you get it's funny, right? Ha ha. So right, this part I'm gonna have combat speed. So I'm just going to be running. I'm not going to be jumping. Tiny bit faster.
Damn it, Flynn. Okay, now I'm screwed. Alright. Think. Ah, crap.
Well, no, because it's still a speed run. I got a world record on Constantine last shots fired. I wasn't sure if you were joking. Oh, I got the jump, nice. So right there, if you actually time the jump perfectly, you can actually jump all the way down the stairs. It's actually kind of difficult. I rarely get it, but I got it there. So if you think this game is broken so far, this chapter will blow your mind. It's chapter 3. And this is the chapter where we're going to get introduced to most of the glitches that I'm going to be using throughout this run.
The first one should be right ahead of you.
Here it is.
I also left the detonator for you.
Yes, because on the original PS3 version, you can do a
First one set. Don't.
a glitch that can't be done on the PS4 version, but the PS4 version is still faster because I found a glitch that kind of obsoletes that other glitch, but they're still separated.
They'll never know what hit him.
Just be careful. Darovich has got his men posted all around the perimeter.
I'm sweating like a hooker in church.
That was me. I was the one with the segmented run last night.
How much longer do we have to stay in this?
So I need to kill these guys here. I need to hope that when I kill this guy up top, he drops the AK-47 down, and he did. Nice. If he didn't, I'd have to go up and get it from up there, and that's slow. So I need to kill all the enemies here, which gives me the ability for my journal. And now you are about to see how broken this game is in a nutshell. Actually, that wasn't very high. That didn't work, okay. So basically, I don't know how this works, to be honest, but if you use the journal when you're staggering on a ledge, you can actually get a lot of height. It's not getting me that high, but that should be fine. Now, if you thought that what I just did there, that little tiny thing was broken, better to get your mind blown even more. If I actually don't mess this up.
But you're going to have to clear the place out before you can arm them.
So yeah, you can airwalk in this game. So basically, if you switch weapons and use the journal in the middle of the animation, as when he's putting the gun away, it actually soft locks you. So we can use this to airwalk into checkpoints. But also we can do it another way, which you'll see coming up soon. Also, when you have a gun equipped and you use the journal, it elongates your walk, so you can actually just walk a bit more off a ledge, because you basically he'll keep walking in the animation until you put the gun away. So if you have a gun equipped when you use the journal, you'll just keep walking a bit, and that's why when we soft lock that animation, you can just keep airwalking, which is the glitch that I found. On PS3, you can airwalk by mashing D-pad up, but obviously with that airwalk, you lose height. So yeah.
Some fool left a sniper rifle up here. Careful, Nate. Looks like they left a couple of sentries behind. Okay, kid. It's showtime.
So I need to pick up the pistol and the AK-47 here, because I need both of them to do the airwalk. You need two guns to be able to airwalk. So here I'm going to do another book launch to skip this area.
Should be this way.
And once you skip this area, the game gives you 4 grenades. And grenades in this run are very, very useful, because not only can we airwalk, we can also airwalk with the grenade in our hands. And we can use the grenade to blow ourselves out of the animation, so we can actually carry on playing without having to rely on checkpoints. This is what made this game really nice, because you used to be able to rely on hitting checkpoints, but now we don't. So I can start the airwalk and equip a grenade at the same time. That I messed that up. That's unfortunate. I was gonna take the checkpoint, but I didn't really see the point. This game is hard because with the airwalk you have to line it up perfectly, and if you even remotely mess up your angle,
Whoa, Sully.
you know, since you're soft locked in an animation, you can't change your direction, so you have to checkpoint restart to try it again. That should be good. Okay. So we need this tree to push us down, and we get low enough that the grenade will actually damage us, so it'll knock us down, so we can regain control. That skips going into the tomb. Let's hope I don't mess this up. This is actually hard. Okay, you have to jump over that gap, but if you jump straight away, you won't actually make it, so you have to run off the ledge a bit and then jump. Because obviously you're not supposed to do that. I think what happens there, if I remember correctly, is Sully like grabs you and pulls you up, I think. So now we're in chapter 5. This level has one of the hardest airwalks in the run, which can take me a while to get. And this is why I was kind of like, I put my estimate quite low for this game, which I shouldn't have, because there's a lot of things in this run that can really mess you up. So right there I roll to see if I hit this cutscene. I didn't. So if you roll at the end of that truck animation, sometimes you can roll and it'll get you far enough to get into this cutscene without having to stand still for a second. It saves a few seconds.
Old market. Ought to be this way. Fight him. Crap. Go, go, go!
He's here somewhere.
So I need to get 2 grenades here. And to get the first grenade, if you do a silent takedown on an enemy, it gives you a grenade. So I'm going to be silently taking down this guy right here to get a grenade. And then, luckily enough, the final guy that you kill in this area actually gives you a grenade, so I'm going to be taking that one. Now I need to do a pretty hard book launch to get to the top of this roof here. Okay, that should be good. Okay, and now I need to do a pretty precise airwalk, so I need to set it up. So I need to aim at a specific point in the wall and hope I get a straight enough airwalk. No. No, that's shit. Like I say, even if you stand in the same spot and aim in the same direction, pixel perfect every time, you're never going to go the exact way you're facing because of the way the character moves in this game. So it's kind of hard to line it up correctly. And then getting this book launch is pretty difficult as well. That should be good. That should be good. If this isn't good, I'm going to be too far to the right, but I'll let it go. I'm going to let it go. It's probably really risky to let this play out, because if it doesn't work, like if I let this play out and it doesn't work, I'm going to lose a lot of time because I'm going to have to do it again. But it should be okay. We'll see. So once the game goes black, I need to wait about 2 seconds and then pause so I can get in between 2 walls. This game is really really not marathon friendly because of some of these tricks that I'm going to be doing. This one used to be a lot harder than it is now as well. So when the game goes black, I'm going to pause. 1, 2. We're going to pause here, wait a second, unpause, and I messed it up. I paused too soon. I knew this airwalk would give me trouble because it's really inconsistent to begin with. I probably shouldn't have let the airwalk go. I probably shouldn't have let the airwalk go unless I knew that it was going to actually make it. Wow, come on, game. This is Uncharted 2 for you. That should be okay to get up. Yeah, it's fine. I need to climb like onto this corner where you can't actually climb up from there. There we go. Okay. That should be fine. That should be fine. Like, this airwalk isn't that precise because most of the time you can get pushed by the walls. As you'll see, if I don't mess up the pause this time, I'll be able to get pushed by a wall, which is what I want. So let's just hope I don't mess up the pause this time, and we should be good. Now we wait. Okay, I was right in front of the wall. If I'd have waited any longer to pause, that wouldn't have worked. So I used the grenade arc to see that I'm not stuck. Like, as you can see, that I can see the grenade arc moving forward. So this should be good. If my angle was right, we should be fine. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to be getting inside of this building here. So once the game goes white, I want to wait a second. Are you serious? Well, this game in a nutshell, man. Apparently I was like a pixel too far to the right, so it didn't load in. I knew. I said before I did this run, this will be the first marathon run that I do, which will be a disaster. And it's turning out to be that right now. Wow, can you stop? Yeah, you beat the game, I think, to get this one. I'm not entirely sure how you actually unlock this skin, because once you've unlocked it, it doesn't tell you how to unlock it. Oh my! Now I went too far left. It also, I would like to point out that I am using a new controller because literally, like yesterday, my controller broke, and I've got 2 console runs to do at this marathon, so I had to buy a new controller. So I didn't have to drop out of these runs. So with the new controller, it's kind of hard to get like a perfectly straight airwalk because of the stick is like really sensitive. This is fucked. I was expecting chapter 18 to be the thing that ruined this run, but this is the thing that's ruining it right now. I think I've lost like 5 minutes so far. And my estimate for this game is only 10 minutes slower than my PB, so this is looking great so far. in before my run's like 2 hours long. There we go. Fuck me. Okay. Yeah, PB's gone now, dude. I don't have to worry about that anymore. So this is perfect now. If this doesn't work, I will be shocked. Like, this is the longest airwalk you do in the run. So like the distance that you're actually airwalking, this is the furthest one. It probably would have, to be honest. Actually, no, it might still be slower. This skips like 2 chapters. Like, this airwalk right here skips 2 chapters. Okay. Nightmare fuel. This chapter is nightmare fuel. I hate this skip so much. This is one of the skips that made me stop running the game before, but I found this way to do it, which is a lot easier than the old way. You should have seen the old way. Right, so when the game cuts out this time, I need to pause after a second. Like there. Once I see the mountain in the background disappear, it means it's loaded, and then I can unpause. And we should be inside this building. Now, the thing is that I need to do another airwalk now. And if I mess up this airwalk, I have to do that one again. So, yeah. Oh shit. This is gonna be really close if this works. Please knock me to the left. Oh, thank you. Praise the Lord. Right, so there we go. I was actually nervous because I was actually going quite far right there. So yeah, so we basically just skipped, even though it probably would have been slower. We just skipped from chapter 5 to the start of chapter 7 in one airwalk. So I was lucky there because that grenade could have knocked me off to the right. If I'd have knocked me off to the right and I landed on the building, I still could have salvaged it. But I would have had to do a pretty difficult jump.
I'm gonna find another way down.
Oh, I hate that skip, but it's over now. That's probably my biggest fear out the way. Because that airwalk, you can get first try, or it can take you like 10 like it did there. It's not fun. Hopefully I'll be able to perform well the rest of the run, so I don't look as shit as I am. So now we're in chapter 7.
Look out! Oh, what's next?
We need to kill the enemies here. You have to kill them to be able to open the door. I want that micro
Help me with this door.
off that dead guy
1, 2, 3.
that I killed, because it just helps out at the end of chapter, in chapter 10. So I take it now. Now I'm just gonna do an airwalk across this gap here. Oh my god, game, give me a break.
Great.
How are we gonna get across? There's a ladder on the far side.
I need to be more left. If you're too far to the right, it'll just push you down when you try to get up. It's
Current's
retarded.
too strong. We'll never make it.
And now we check on restart. It'll put us in the fight.
Take cover.
Kill these guys first. Because when you kill those guys first, it triggers the guys down there to spawn.
Okay, we're all clear.
I run Uncharted.
Pretty much.
I only really just run Uncharted 2. I have ran Uncharted 1 before. Also, right there, I just did a little trick where I rolled and jumped, and that allowed me to skip shimming on this a little bit. I have ran 1, But I'm mostly known for finding the glitches in the Uncharted games, not for speedrunning them. I only speedrun this one really,
All right.
that I'm good at, this one. Okay, I actually got the bug. So sometimes when you get there, those birds can have collision and they just send you flying. That's actually rare, so at least there's something good come out of this run.
Well,
So right here, I need to pick up these grenades that I'm going to be
You
using
don't
for
think they
some
were
airwalks
You're not
in this chapter. But yeah, I'm mostly known for just finding the glitches in the Uncharted games, not for running them. I have ran Uncharted 1 and obviously this, but I haven't ran Uncharted 3. I just found the stuff in Uncharted 3. So here I'm going to be doing an airwalk to get across this gap.
Wait, I've seen this guy before.
If that pushes me to the left,
nice one.
okay.
Hang on, I'm gonna get a closer look at this thing.
It just saves climbing around.
God, you're lucky.
Just trial and error, yeah. You just try for stuff. You just try things. Like I found the airwalk just by messing around. I was trying to find just some different stuff to do the book launches, and I managed to start airwalking because I switched weapons as I did it. I found a lot of glitches in a lot of games, so it's just trying stuff in that game,
What is it?
knowing what mechanics you can abuse or at least try
Chloe,
to
this isn't just
abuse.
a dagger. It's a key.
The cool thing with the Uncharted games is every single Uncharted game has a different like main glitch.
Pretty
So
creepy.
in Uncharted 1,
Say
you can actually, you know, aim clip through walls. If anyone's seen an Uncharted 1 speedrun, you can literally just spam aim next to a wall to go through the wall. The Uncharted 1 world record is 39 minutes. And then in Uncharted 2, obviously, you've got the airwalks and the book launches. And in Uncharted 3, you have the cover launch, which is a glitch where when you take cover, you can aim and then press circle to get out of cover and then hold forward. And what it does is it gives you insane speed and just sends you flying across the map. And that's used in Uncharted 3. Did you find any glitches in Uncharted 4? Yes, I did. I found a way to clip out of bounds with cover, as well as a few other things. But Uncharted 4 is very cool in its checkpoint system, and there's only like 2 skips in the run that save 5 minutes, and the run's like 4 hours long. So Uncharted 4 is not a good speedrun at all. It's terrible.
Probably. A little bit of a drop.
And there's 2 skips in the Lost Legacy, which I also found.
Little drop.
Yeah, maybe I underestimated.
Lost Legacy seems more lenient in its checkpoints, and it seems like if you could hit them, they'll work. But I haven't really messed around with Lost Legacy that much. So right here, I'm gonna try to skip this pit section. I'm gonna lower the platform and then jump backwards to skip falling down it, and then I'm just gonna airwalk across. And now I'm going to be doing a pretty tricky airwalk. I'm only going to try this once. If I mess it up, I'm just going to do it the normal way, because this run's terrible already. So I need to do a grenade airwalk upwards. Oh, that's fucked. Is it fucked? No, it's fine. So I need to do a grenade airwalk upwards to get here. And then I can drop down here to grab this ledge. And that skips lowering the first arm. It's not arm. Dagger, sorry. And now I need to checkpoint restart, because if I don't, I can't continue. Oh, don't jump off.
There's more reflectors up here. Chloe!
Yeah.
Adjust the other reflector.
So we just put these reflectors in the right position.
Nice work.
Okay, now what?
Hold on.
This is just a big puzzle room, basically.
That did it.
I think so far I'm about 5 to 6 minutes behind my PB. So I've literally only got like, whoa, what was that? I've only got like 4 minutes to work with to lose time, or I'm going to be behind estimate. Because my PB for this game is 129.
One more blade to go.
What am I doing? I'm losing the plot. Now I'm going to wait here so I can align the camera up, because it's really risky to try and get across that without the camera being straight, because it's very easy to fall off.
We just need to adjust that other reflector.
Same thing with this one, just line it up.
Good, that's it. I did it.
The thing about this game is you can't really overthink what you're doing. You just have to do it. And the problem with that airwalk that I did, which I messed up really bad with, is I was overthinking it.
Coming down.
I'm just glad that I didn't mess up that second airwalk, to be honest. Right, so that's basically chapter 9 done. Now we're in chapter 10. And this is basically just us escaping a lot of enemies we have to get past. But we care not for enemies in this game because we are playing on the Explorer difficulty.
Shit, they must have gone right through Jeff and Elena. We've got to get back to the entrance.
So when I'm on stairs, I'll either be rolling or jumping. And then the rest of the movement, I'm just going to be walking.
All right.
Now I need to hope that this big guy doesn't punch me. Okay. We're fine.
All right.
Wow, he hit me, but I did. Okay. He actually punched me, but it didn't lock me in the animation. That was weird. Right, so I need to pick up this guy's pistol. Because it's a lot easier to also there's Chloe. Hello. I need a pistol to kill these guys outside pretty fast.
Down there! I see them!
We're just gonna ignore this big guy because he's just a nuisance. So with the pistol on Explorer, it kills them in 2 shots, so it's a lot easier than trying to use like an assault rifle or whatever. We have to kill all the enemies out here for the cutscene to trigger. Also, Jeff's been shot. Rip Jeff. I was actually going to use Jeff as the skin, which is the guy I'm carrying right now. I was going to use him as my skin for this run, but unfortunately, you need to collect 80 treasures to unlock him, and I could not be asked to do that. When I literally had like only a few hours to do it, so I just decided to choose this one instead. Drake is actually John Wick. That's good actually.
Nate, we can't do this.
Just go.
So occasionally you'll see me tapping aim. That you'll see my camera zoom in. Jeff has like a stagger animation that stops you from moving, and if you aim, it cancels that timer for that animation. Also, I'm going to checkpoint restart to get Elena and Chloe up ahead of me because they have to open the door.
Come on.
You're gonna be okay, Jeff. You're gonna be okay. Stay with me.
So we just have to wait for her to open the door.
Open the gate.
Heads up! Elena!
I'm okay.
Chloe, get out of there!
Hey, over here.
Come on.
I am Elena, yes. This is an alternate universe.
You gotta be joking. Come on, upstairs.
Come on.
This effort, you think I'd known you longer, huh?
Now we just have to run away. Oh, Flynn's spazzing out. Did you see that? Did you see Flynn? Look at him, he's spazzing out up there. 10 out of 10 game, 10 out of 10. Game of the year.
Close, Nate.
So if we roll here at the end of this ledge, we can actually cancel the slow motion animation. If you jump there, it gives you like a cool slow motion scene, but if we just roll off it, it doesn't do that.
Hurry! Up this way! Elena, come on, you gotta jump! Gotcha! Come on. There's the water tower. Spread out! Hit them off!
So I need to silently take out this guy to get a grenade. I need this pistol here. And now we're going to be skipping this entire area as well. Oh, I messed that up. 10 out of 10. Jeff is dead. I'm sorry. Jeff died.
Gotta find a way up there.
He had a short-lived thing on this speedrun. This is I am sucking today. What the hell?
Let's head to that water tower.
Gotta find a way up there.
Oh my word. I swear I'm not this bad at this game usually.
Head to that water tower.
This is like a really punishing game for a speedrun. It really is. So basically just air walk up here. To be fair, in my defense, I literally hadn't played this game in like 4 months at all until yesterday when I decided to actually de-rust it for this marathon. Because I left it till last minute because I'm very smart. And I'm using a new controller, so I'm blaming it on those 2 factors.
Let's get up here for a better look. There's gotta be a way out of here.
We can just go through this gap and jump across. No need to go around.
Think this through?
Now we just have to. There's going to be 3 snipers, and the snipers are tied to the final big guy spawning. Oh, that face. So I need to kill enough enemies as I can to get the snipers to spawn. So how fast I kill these enemies will determine how fast the sniper spawns.
You assholes are gonna make me miss my train!
Right, here's the first sniper. Second sniper. And third sniper. So that's all the snipers, and now we just basically wait. Why aren't they spawning? Do I have to kill that guy, really? Okay, well that was my fault. I was meant to kill that guy for the sniper, these guys to spawn. So now we basically just wait for... I'm going to mash D-pad up, because it will show me when Elena's coming. And you don't actually have to wait for Elena. The cutscene trigger is actually on the truck, so as soon as she starts coming, I can just run towards the truck and hit the cutscene that way. So now on the train. If anyone's seen a speedrun on this game, if anyone hasn't seen a speedrun on this game, you're about to have your mind blown. If you have motion sickness, I would advise not to watch this part. So right here, I'm gonna shimmy clip off the train. Okay, so now we shimmy clipped off the train. So we're basically floating above the track, because while you're in cover, you're like locked in the animation. You can't fall. But our camera is tied to be stuck on the train, and we have to wait for the train to now come back around on a loop, which takes around 3 minutes. And once the train starts to get further away, the camera will go crazy. So if you do have motion sickness, I would advise not to watch this part. But yeah, we just have to wait for a few minutes now. Nothing else I can do. If you have any questions, now's the time to ask them. Yeah, the camera doesn't play nice because it's trying to go back to Nate, but it's also locked on the train, so the camera doesn't know what to do, and it starts to go a bit crazy. You can keep watching if you would like to puke. I feel like it's a good rush though. This is the worst part. So we can just aim back to our character. Look at that face. With the debug version of this game on PS3, you can actually increase the train speed. So you can make the train go super fast, like really fast. And that equals for quite some funny scenes. So usually I would use my timer that's on the screen to know when the train's gonna come. But I can't see it, so I'm just gonna aim and wait for the train now. You can just see my shadow. Poor cameraman. So you should be able to hear the train coming soon. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be skipping to the end of the train, which skips 2 chapters. Even with the waiting, it still saves like an extra 4 minutes. So I can actually get a fast cutscene if I let go of aim at a specific point on the train. I've only ever got it once in a run, which was in my D-Rust runs yesterday actually. So right here, there's a truck right there, and I need to let go of aim at a specific point. Alright, let's see if I got it. Nope, I didn't get it. So now we have to wait. We can. It's fine. It just takes a little bit longer now. So we have to wait for a certain point, and it'll give us the cutscene then. Obviously, getting the early cutscene saves like 25 seconds or so. But we should get the cutscene any second now. And there we go. So now we've skipped from chapter 14, no, chapter 13 all the way to chapter 15. And now we're back to basically where we started the game. We have to climb this again. Very fun. This time we can actually jump though, whereas you couldn't before, because you're stuck to like climbing slowly. But we can jump up it this time.
Come on. How about a break?
The train got destroyed from all that camera shaking. It couldn't contain the gravity and it just flung off the map, unfortunately. Are you talking about Uncharted 1, Setsuka? Because if so, then yes, that does work on the PS4 version. When Bluepoint remastered the Uncharted games, they didn't patch anything. What was already patched in the patches that were out at the time on PS3 is what's patched. They never patched anything that was already in the game. So when the PS3 Airwalk was patched because of the multiplayer on Uncharted 2, obviously that was patched by default on this version because it was already patched. But they didn't patch anything extra. They left it as it is. Because they respect the speedrun community, I guess. I don't know. I'm actually quite surprised they didn't patch the aim clipping.
Terra firma.
And now we get to do some fighting. So there is a theory that you can skip from chapter 1 to chapter 16. The problem with it is the cutscene that starts chapter 16 is tied to finishing this fight that I'm doing right now. And there's no way to activate this fight unless you start chapter 15. But there is a theory that the cutscene trigger that would usually play after you've done this fight is somewhere on the map. So it's it's just finding it. It's just finding where that cutscene trigger is. That will allow you to skip half the game. If you could skip from the start to here, it would save like 45 minutes. Maybe 50. I say that because this run, the time on this run isn't exactly great because it's shit. So here I'm going to throw a grenade at these tankers to blow it up so it kills these guys. Oh, it killed them all. It actually killed them all. That's the first time it's ever killed them all. No, I actually killed him. Yes, and that was chapter 15. Now in chapter 16. This chapter's really short. You just walk. We can actually roll in this area if we press up on the D-pad to go into inspect mode and then press circle. Then it lets you roll. Usually you can't roll here, but we can if we do that.
Excuse me. What? Oh, there you go. Want to kick the ball?
I can actually kick the ball with those kids, but I want to go fast. This one's already bad enough as it is. I'm definitely going overestimate. I know I am now. I just wanted to get underestimate, but that ain't happening now. After the airwalk in chapter 5, that was terrible. So you can actually jump when you're next to the stairs there. And then that's chapter 16 done. So that you can actually skip this entire chapter that I'm doing, but it involves using those rocks back there to launch yourself across the map, and it's very inconsistent and really hard. So I didn't have time to practice it at all. I was going to try it once, but since this run's already bad enough and I haven't had time to practice it, I'm just not going to bother trying to do it. I'm just going to do it normally. It would save like 5 minutes, but I've never even performed it once at all. So I'm just going to do it the normal way, because it's really, really hard.
Yeah, good luck, pal. I mean, that's almost impossible to... Oh, you did it. Nice.
And with how the hard tricks have been going for me so far, I don't think it's a good idea. We have to wait for Tenzin here. He has to be ahead of us because
Hope you know where you're going, buddy.
you can't actually go through the crack in the wall until Tenzin has gone through it first. Well, I was going to try it, Rogue. I was going to try it, but I haven't practiced it at all. And it's really hard. I've never even done it once at all.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, barefoot in the snow, that's got a sting. I got the jump, nice. So if you fast enough there, you can actually jump off that, but sometimes it doesn't let you.
But there's nothing here. This can't be what Schaefer meant. Oh, that way. Sure.
So after this chapter that I'm on, we actually have the hardest skip in the run. Believe it or not, that skip that I did where I lost like 6 minutes because I couldn't get the airwalk line correctly. That isn't actually the hardest trick in the run. You basically, I'll explain it now because I won't really have time to explain it as I'm doing it. But I need to do a frame per. I need to basically, okay. Oh, I need to let Tenzin get ahead of me because I don't want to die. I need to basically backwards clip through cover, and then I need to do a frame perfect roll as soon as I've clipped out the cover. And it's very, very hard. It can take up to like, I've had it take up to 5 minutes to get it. So we'll see how it goes.
These are snow boots, not track shoes. What'd you find? Been dead a long time. The Chintamani stone.
I probably will get it first try. When I was going for my PB in this game, I lost like 10 runs to that trick because it refused to work. So I'm glad, and even in my PB, it wasn't amazing. It took me like 5 tries or so.
What? Yeah, I still don't speak that. Me first, huh? Okay.
Can you jump, please? What the hell? So I want to do a kind of a precise jump off this ledge where if I line myself up correctly, I can actually just vault all the way down here. Got it, nice. You have to be like in a specific spot. So if anyone's played this game casually, you'll know that this next rope that I'm about to swing across is very weird, and sometimes like you need to actually time your jump off the rope later than you would think you would to be able to hit the cutscene. And I'm glad that I figured out actually how to do this consistently. So I'm gonna, once Tenzin swings across, I'm gonna wait for the rope to stop moving, and then I'm gonna just walk off the ledge. If I jump, I won't be able to make it. So I'm just gonna walk, and then I'm gonna let go very late on the rope, and it's gonna get me across. If you let go early, you just won't make it.
Okay, we're even.
Oh. Oh, thank God for that. You can actually start climbing there, and Tenzin will climb where you climb, and he'll just knock you off.
The hell
You
was
can actually
that?
get killed by the AI in this game. Oh. Okay. That was my fault. I pressed X too many times. Oh, he nearly killed me.
Shit. What did this? What did this?
Right now, I think I'm actually about
Yeah.
8 minutes behind my PB,
Tenzin, we gotta get moving.
which is very bad for the estimate anyway. But it's fine because we're quite far ahead of schedule at the moment, so me having a really bad run is not that big of a deal. I'm actually saving the marathon by being shit. I should be being praised right now for being terrible at this game. So if you remember this section, you have you have this big guardian dude, big gorilla motherfucker trying to kill you. But we care not for that big gorilla, because this game is retarded, and you can literally just roll up this and climb up and skip the entire thing. 10 out of 10 IGN.
Huh. These guys were dropping like flies. That'll work.
So right there, I stand there and face away from that ledge, and so I can actually climb that. And right here, I'm going to do a little journal walk to get past this corner.
Stairs. Huh. Must be getting somewhere.
And now we're in chapter 18. A checkpoint restart to put me a bit further ahead. And this is with the hard trick comes. So we'll see how this goes.
Whoa.
So right here, I'm going to be blind firing. I actually forgot to. But you can blind fire there to move faster. Yeah, PB equals personal best. So climbing this is actually kind of awkward because sometimes it just doesn't want to register your inputs. Seems okay so far. And then I'm going to do a tiny little skip where I'm just going to line myself up at the edge of this, and then I'm going to jump backwards to skip climbing on the poles to get down. And now we have the hardest skip in the run. So, like I said, I need to clip backwards through a wall. And then roll on a frame perfect roll. So let's see how I do. Let's see how long this takes me to get. One try failed. Two tries failed. This skips the entire chapter though, so it's definitely worth doing if you can get it. But when I'm under pressure with this, it's very hard to do, very hard, because you have to time the roll, and it's very awkward. Not looking good. There we go, got it. Now I just gotta hope I don't fuck up the next part, or else I'll have to do it again. No! Oh, okay. So now we roll down here, and then we roll here to hit a... Actually, I don't actually know if I hit that or not. I definitely hit it now. If I didn't, I'm gonna be very sad. Okay, so we hit a checkpoint. I don't want to do that. I want to actually show the other way to do it. So we hit a checkpoint. Now I'm gonna journal walk here and climb up, and that's gonna weirdly give me a checkpoint which skips having to watch the cutscene where you use the switch. I don't know why that works. I really don't. And now we're basically just gonna do this part. When you get to the top of this, you don't actually have to jump towards the platform. You can just jump off here and it'll trigger.
Good reflexes.
Optics.
Also, this game has, I mean, this section is the part that has the greatest line in this game, which is Dong Chalet. It's Tenzin's favourite word. Dong Chalet! So this next part, you have to like use this switch and you have to wait for the Guardians to go by, but we're just gonna skip that because the trigger that ends the area is on the platform already, so we're just gonna airwalk up to it and hit it.
Hey, there's a switch.
What?
I got you. Okay, we made it. We're almost out.
Now for this first part, you don't actually have to shoot. You just wait. You can't actually do anything to him until he's hit you. So once he's hit you, then you can shoot him. And that was chapter 18. Went okay. Went better than I expected, but I'm still like 10 minutes behind my PB, so I'm definitely going overestimate with this run, but that's fine.
Back inside. Get inside.
So right here, I need to kill the guy with the armor. Oh, that's not good. Can you fuck off? Thanks. I need to kill this guy here because he has a checkpoint tied to him, so once I've killed him, I can just restart and all the enemies go away. And I need to kill this guy, or if I don't, Tenzin will die when I go around this corner because there's still too many enemies alive. Now we just basically run. There's not really any skips in this level because you're mostly in combat the whole time, and when you're in combat you can't use the journal or anything, which sucks. If you could use the journal when you're in combat, then this game would be a lot more broken than it is, but you can't, unfortunately. Oh, that's not good. He shot me as soon as I regained control. That's fair. Just kill these enemies. We have to wait for Tenzin to open the door, and he won't actually come unless we kill all the enemies. He should teleport. Yeah, there you go. If you're fast enough to where he's like too far behind you, he'll just teleport to the door. I'm going to do another little trick here where I'm going to be jumping quite a far distance here to skip having to go around. You can just grab this ledge. And now I want to pick up this grenade launcher because it saves a lot of time. And that should be it. Is he still alive? He is. Get fucked. Now we just wait for Tenzin. You can actually checkpoint restart to get Tenzin to the door. But I don't exactly know where I can checkpoint restart, so I'm just going to wait. Well, that's the end of chapter 19. Now we're in chapter 20. So one of these guys here has an Uzi that I want to pick up. I think it's this guy. Yeah, there you go. Uzi helps a lot. Now we've got a tank, we're just gonna wait here for Tenzin to come around. Because if I stand anywhere else, the tank will just wreck me. But if I'm too far away, Tenzin won't start to open the door. Now we just jump here. If we jump through this fast enough, the tank will, we can get through it before the tank blows it up. Don't climb that. Now I'm going to be attempting to do a little trick for the tank at the end, which is called fast tank. I can get to the final area where you would get to last, and there's like 5 RPGs there, and I think they infinitely spawn. And instead of like taking one at a time and going around the long way, I'm going to rush that spot, but it's very risky. We'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna jump here into the wall to trigger this cutscene earlier. If I just ran forward, it would be like a second slower than just jumping into it.
No. Tenzin! Tenzin, where are you? Where the hell did he go? Tenzin! Where the hell did he go?
Okay, so now we're basically in the final area of the tank. It's gonna break through the wall one more time up here, and then we're starting the tank fight. So I need to take a specific line so that the tank doesn't do too much damage to me, because the less damage I take, the better. Oh, that's a lot of damage. I should be okay though. I should regenerate before he does any more. Yeah, I'm fine. So now I need to go in here. There's going to be 2 guys coming through this door. I need to kill them, because they can actually give me a bad time if I don't. Now there's a guy up here with an RPG. I need to kill him. Okay, he died. Nice. Stop shooting me. It's very risky to kill him though, because the tank will keep shooting you. I'm gonna die. I'm dead. There's a chance that when you're shooting the tank there, I mean when you're shooting the guy with the RPG, that the tank won't shoot you, but I got unlucky unfortunately. I have to kill the guy up there with the RPG, because if I don't, once I get to the final area, he will shoot me and I will most likely die. I'm gonna leave him to show you what I'm talking about. If I can kill the guys in this area fast enough, like kill these guys. Yeah, it's hard. This is actually hard. I should be okay if I take out the guy with the RPG this time. Should be okay. I'm just gonna take him out with this RPG instead. Save myself some hassle. I completely missed. I'm gonna take this as safe as I can so I don't die. I need to kill him, or he will kill me. Okay, he's dead. Alright, now I've got the RPG. Just gonna wait for my health to regen so I don't die. This strat is faster if you can pull it off, because you usually have to go to all the nests with the RPG guys and get the RPGs. but that's obviously slow. So coming straight here and getting all of the ammo that you need for the RPG is the fastest, but it's hard.
Hang on!
I'm hanging! I'm hanging!
So now this is just an auto scroller basically. Nothing more to it. We just wait and shoot people. Shooting the drivers on these cars is the best bet to kill them, because if you just kill the driver then the car will just stop.
These guys come from?
You can't actually kill him, as you'll see why. And now we just line ourselves up to jump onto the truck with the MG when it appears. It's more like a grenade launcher gun, I guess. Look at that car up there floating in the air. 10 out of 10. The little cars aren't necessary to kill. We just have to destroy these trucks here. Like these, you just destroy the cars. You just get them out of the way. It's just something to shoot at, really. I think you can do this whole area without even shooting at them. And now we just jump to Elena's truck. And that's the end of chapter 21. Now we're on chapter 22. If chapter 18 wasn't the hardest, this one would be. You have to do 3 airwalks in this chapter, and in between all those 3 airwalks you never get a checkpoint. So say if I do all 3 and I get to the final one and I fail it, I have to do them all over again.
You got it?
I've already lost enough time this run. I'm gonna be overestimate by like 3 minutes already, so
No, I was talking about the mountains.
let's just see how this goes. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do a little trick where I'm gonna delay my jump to get across. Okay. Nice. I'm going to delay my jump across this gap to get across it without having to shimmy across. Whoa! Nice game. Oh, all I did was try to punch him and it sent me flying. It probably would have been faster just silently. Wait, where's the gun? Okay, thanks. It would have been faster to just silently take him out at that point, to be honest. So I need the pistol here.
It's up this way.
I shoot a shot there to sometimes like give me extra time to sprint, but it didn't work. I think that's because I killed all the guys though. Usually I'd leave one alive. So now I just need to kill the enemies in this area efficiently. Kill him first, because one way he was taking a piss, that guy right there. I need this grenade here. Where's the shotgun guy? There he is. Get rid of him.
There's a machine gun over there.
Run out of ammo.
Here we go.
Right, that should be enough enemies. I need to kill enough, because if I don't, then when I jump across here, there'll be a death barrier in my way that kills me if I don't kill enough. I've got to kill these guys with a pistol now, which is nice. I need that grenade there. I need 3 grenades. And there's one more here that I pick up. So after this, I have to just kill these guys with the MG now. And after this section, I'm going to be trying to do a trick. I'm going to try it once. If I don't get it, I'm just going to open the door normally. It only saves a few seconds, but I couldn't get it yesterday when I was de-rusting, but I'll try it. So once you kill all the enemies, you just wait for the camera to go back center. And once the camera goes center, checkpoint restart. Now I'm going to try to use Elena to roll. Oh, I got it. Nice. I used Elena to roll through the gate. If I didn't, I would have had to use the crank, and I actually got it. It's kind of difficult. So we just airwalk here, and this checkpoint right here is very low down, so we can just hit it from that low. So now we're about to start the airwalk barrage. So I need to do 3 airwalks in a row. Actually, no, it's 4 now. It's 4 airwalks in a row. And if I fail one of them, I have to do it all over again from here. So let's just see how it goes. So I'm coming here to like line myself up. I need to get across this gap into this area. And obviously I used the grenade to regain control again. We're going to do another airwalk here. We want to basically get over there. That's perfect. With this airwalk, you can actually walk along that wall. So if you're too far to the right, it's fine, because you can actually just get pushed up along the side of the bridge and get back in bounds. But this is perfect, because I'm literally going to walk right into it. Couldn't have been a better angle. And then we're going to do another airwalk here to get into this area. We do the airwalk because usually you'd have to jump in and then pause to wait for the area to load. But we do an airwalk to skip having to wait. Okay, I grabbed the ledge. That's good. And it also gets us right up here. So now I'm going to do a journal extend to get myself some height so I can actually climb this. And we're going to go out of bounds again on top of these roofs here. And I'm going to do another airwalk from here, which skips most of the game. This airwalk that I'm doing right now skips the entirety of chapter 23. This might actually not work. I think I'm too far to the right. If this doesn't work, I'm going to have to do all of those airwalks again. I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine. Please, don't let me do this again. Okay, we should be good. If it's not, I'm going to be very sad, because I'm going to have to do all 4 of those airwalks again if this fails. It's really hard to do the airwalks with this new controller, because it's so hard to get a precise, straightforward push on the analog stick. Did I get it? Oh, thank you. Praise the Lord. Okay, so I need to do a grenade airwalk upwards here to get up onto this roof. I got that one first try. Nice. We do this so we can skip the trigger that starts this fight. There's a trigger, a cutscene there that starts the fight, and I get up there to get over it. And now we have to just kill a few enemies, and then we're going to do another little trick. This next trick only saves like 20 seconds. Right, so that's all the enemies dead. And now I'm going to be clipping out of bounds here with a backwards cover clip again. And I'm going to We're going over here, and I'm going to airwalk across this gap to get over there.
Oh shit!
And now we're down here. That skips a cutscene and a little. It skips a cutscene and activating the puzzle. We're gonna fall here and die to hit this checkpoint. Saves a tiny bit of time. And we're gonna throw a grenade and try to see how many we can blow up with it. That was okay grenade, I guess. Now this guy's going to come down, I'm just going to spray him. He's invulnerable until he lands, so I'm just going to spray so I can kill him as early as possible.
To the road, boys. Hope there's nothing scary at the top. All right, it's all clear. Come on.
So that chapter went well. That was a really good level. Really good level. That chapter might have even been faster than my PB. The only bad thing about that was the fight at the start, but that's fine.
I know it.
So now we just have to wait for Elena.
Okay.
The real Elena, not me. She has to come so we can activate the door. Elena, there she is.
All right, go.
Now we just have to do a little bit of puzzling here.
Secret entrance to Shambhala.
Nate.
Just have to turn these daggers to unlock this
What?
thing. And now we're in chapter 24. Now Flynn has captured us. If you didn't know, Flynn's basically the bad guy in this game. You probably missed out on that.
Big man with that gun, aren't you?
Also, I'm just going to do this for fun, but if you just mash triangle on this, you can just clip through the wall.
I can't believe Lazarevich
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Give me a boost, buddy.
Yeah, so we don't have a gun here. It's just we're just basically playing this part normally. Now this is what I love. So you see this rock, you're meant to drop this rock down to climb up, but once it's fallen, you can actually just climb up here because the game's great.
Sorry about that.
Then we just jump into the cutscene.
There you go, sweetheart. Get ahead of me. Go on.
Yeah.
You better not be leading me into a dead end. It's through here. I don't think you're going to get your stomach through there.
Now we have to wait for Flynn to be able to lift this head. And he takes his sweet ass time to get here.
Okay, teamwork. Just like the good old days, eh?
You meant to shimmy across that gap, but we can just jump across it. No need for that.
Now, how did they get that car?
Now I'm going to use the right side of this because I need Flynn to help me push it, and he'll get on the left. If I was to get on the left, he'd get on the right, and that's slower for him to get to, so I'm going to stick to the right.
Come on, girly girl. There you go. Statue of your mom.
This level's mostly just traversal. And we've got a puzzle coming up. After the puzzle's done, I'm going to try to do something funny to see if I can get it, because it's pretty funny. And again, we have to just wait for Flynn here, because he's a slow guy. Here he is, taking his sweet ass time again. So now we have to just do this this puzzle here. So we just have to turn these cylinders to the right icons.
Just wait here. As usual, I'll take care of everything. Would you? Wait.
This is actually technically the only puzzle that we do in the run now. we skip the rest. I mean, one that actually requires a lot of like a bit of memorization. The rest are just pretty straightforward. There's only a few.
Such big cylinders.
And there we go. That's the puzzle done.
What's that? Just came out the floor. Come on.
Now we have to just rotate this.
What are we grinding wheat? What is this? There we go. Smells like water.
Right, so now the Guardians have caught up with us, protecting the door. I'm pretty sure this is the first time you actually see them. I think, but I'm gonna try to do something funny. So I'm going to try to backwards clip over here, and if I can, it makes some funny stuff. Okay, I got it. Come on, buddy. Are you gonna do it? Come on. Ah, come on. It's not gonna do it. I can get him to get stuck. Oh, there we go. He can't hit me because I'm stuck in the ground, so he just runs in place. If you didn't realise, this part's basically on a timer, so you just have to wait. And that's the end of chapter 24. Now we're on chapter 25. If you played this casually, you'll know that this chapter's pretty long. And you have to do quite a lot of stuff in this chapter. But I care not for doing mandatory things. Just kill these guys to get them out of the way. You don't actually have to kill them.
Okay. We need to get the hell out of here, now.
I couldn't sleep for days after I saw that last time.
So now we're going to see what the Guardians really look like. You saw them just then, but you get a closer look now. So they're these big blue dudes that we have to fight. Now we can actually kill them, because when they were in those monkey suits, we couldn't actually kill them. But now we can, for some reason. So these are the Guardians that like guard Shambhala, and we need to kill them in order to progress. Because if you don't kill them, the sap up here, you can't actually destroy it. So we have to kill them. So I'm gonna do a book launch here. That's walking in a straight line, Matt. So I'm gonna do a book launch here to get up here. There's another way to get up here, but I prefer doing this way. It's kind of weird because you have to hope that she grabs the ledge as you fall like that. Sometimes he doesn't. So yeah, this sap here we need to destroy, and if we don't kill those enemies, we can't actually shoot it.
What the hell? Oh my god, what is that?
The sap is flammable, just like the resin we found.
So yeah, if you didn't realize, the sap in this game, in this place, you can shoot it and it explodes. And you'll be seeing that coming up very soon. So now we're getting to into the meat of chapter 25, where you're supposed to do a lot of stuff. This chapter's usually very long,
It does feel kind of haunted, doesn't
but I don't really care about doing it.
Yep.
That's too far, right? can't catch a break with my controller. I'm pushing forward on the stick, and it's like when I go to press the touchpad, which opens the journal, if I even remotely knock my stick at all, it just changes my direction. It's very infuriating, and this is why this game is quite hard to speedrun. Like there, I was going straight, and when I pressed it, it pushed me to the left. Like that's one of the hardest things about this run, is just getting the airwalks to go in a straight line. It's not easy. There we go. Stupid game. I think I was just rushing it too much. I'm so used to just doing it fast, but with this new controller, the sticks are like very sensitive still, so it's awkward. Whereas my old controller was very worn in, so when I pushed straight, it most of the time stayed straight. So now I'm just gonna wait till I stop, because I've had times where I've thrown the grenade early and I didn't actually regain control. So I'm gonna wait till I hit this wall up here to blow myself up. And now we're basically just gonna go over here and hit this cutscene. Now there should be a cutscene there, but it actually just starts chapter 26 instead. So now we're on the final chapter of the game, and we're basically now fighting the final boss, which is Lazarevich. So we need to shoot him with a combination of explosions to actually damage him. So I'll be using the sap to trigger each phase. There's 4 phases, I believe. And on the first phase, you saw me throw a grenade at the tree. That's the explosion that we use for the first phase. So now I have to wait for him to come around this corner, shoot him a bit, then shoot the sap. Now we just need to shoot him some more. Hopefully he should stop. And there we go, boss done.
Holy shit.
Now this part I'm doing right now is actually harder than it looks. You can die on this section. Right, get ready on time. Checkpoint restart here to skip this cutscene. And time. I didn't go that far over estimate, so it was okay, I guess. And now we've turned into Nathan Drake, apparently. I'll let you guys watch the final cutscene just so the schedule can be pushed back. I mean, brought forward a bit more. Because we're quite ahead of schedule, so I'll let you guys watch the cutscene. $142. That's all right. It wasn't terrible. Wasn't terrible. Like I said, I put my estimate quite low for what my PB is, and considering the fact that I hadn't played the game for like 4 months until yesterday when I de-rust it for this marathon, I literally did 2 runs. I did 2 runs yesterday and that was it. So I'll take that. That's not that bad.
Come on, stay with us. You're gonna be okay, alright? You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be just fine.
Thanks for the GGs, guys.
Elena, don't do this. Elena!
And like I said, this game is not forgiving at all. Like it's very harsh for some of the stuff, like that first airwalk that I did in chapter 5 that I lost like 6 minutes on. It's not forgiving. It really isn't. And some of the airwalks are very precise to get to go in a straight line.
Yes, it has.
So you're basically just hoping most of the
You know,
time.
you should play the hero more often. Suits you.
And I would also like to point out that this is the first time that the PS4 run has been showcased in a marathon.
Tell me something, mate.
The PS3 version was run at
You love
ESA
her?
2016 or 20. I think it was ESA 2015.
Chloe, I'm sorry.
I don't
No,
actually remember.
it's
By
fine.
Epic Dude Guy.
Really, it's all right.
And
Just
this is the
listen
first
to
time the
me, okay?
PS4 run has been shown at a marathon. So I'm happy to entertain you guys.
Chloe.
No.
It's a very hard run to do. So I'm glad that it went okay.
But admit it. You're gonna miss this ass.
Well, look who's not supposed to be out of bed.
Yeah, he's a lousy patient. Stubborn as all hell.
I'm not stubborn, I'm just restless.
So, no giant sapphire.
Once again, no.
And you're sure of that?
Yes.
Just a metaphor, I'm afraid.
Metaphor ain't gonna pay your bills, kid.
Well, something else will come along. Just gotta have faith.
Yeah. That and a quarter will get you 25 cents. Which way'd Chloe go?
This is a good cutscene to
See you.
end the game on.
Oh no.
You're a dirty old man, Sullivan.
Uh-huh.
You did good, Nate.
I actually was debating whether to use a skin or not. But I'm kind of glad that I at least changed it, because I've always just used Nathan Drake. That was the first run I've actually ever done with a different skin
Where
on.
do we go from here, huh?
Well, no. That's not true. I used to use a skeleton skin when I first started running the game, but I realized it lost me time.
I haven't thought that far ahead.
Of course not.
Because you used to have to change it during the run, so it was just a
Then
waste of time, so I
again,
stopped.
Neither have I.
Good.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how scared were you that I was gonna die?
4.
4?
Yeah, why?
A 4.
Yeah.
You were at least an 8.
An 8.
You were a total 8.
An 8? Those guardian things were an 8.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, those were terrifying.
What's a 10?
Clowns?
Clowns over my death?
Satsuka, I was going to use the Donut Drake skin,
Oh my word.
but I need to be
Don't
able to
say.
see
No,
for like
you
some of the
gotta
setups
know.
for the
Yes, you
airwalk,
did.
so
I
I
saw you
couldn't
shed
use it,
tears.
or I would
Shed a
have.
bunch of 'em.
Tears?
Mhm.
It was raining.
No, it was not.
You were unconscious and it was
It
raining.
was totally sunny out and you were bawling.
It wasn't sunny. You were unconscious.
Whatever. I kept your tears in a jar. I have proof.
I'll give you 5. How's that?
Okay, thanks for letting me run this amazing game. Next up is Grief Syndrome by Fruben McGuffin. I will be back tomorrow, about half an hour from this point, doing The Evil Within 2 and Dead Space 3 DLC. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy the rest of the marathon.